bia na ka shema no emia na meka me na Attorney General anye de enya adwen because Attorney General be ka kire me say Ofori Atta at America now I find the best lawyers are and into yentime extradite na me Attorney General anya adwen pa cho dey Attorney General.
Yesterday I got to know that he has hired some of the top lawyers in the United States of America, very experienced lawyers to, defend him. Now, I'm not afraid at all right? I am not afraid at all. But it means that there's going to be a fight in the federal courts in the U.S. If the district court says no, he will go to the circuit court, all right? If the circuit court says no, he's entitled to go to the U.S. Supreme Court to fight his case. So I cannot tell you that he will come tomorrow or he will come the next day, okay? And I'm just being honest. Accounting to the people means being explicit and truthful. So this is what, we are faced with. But I have, on behalf of the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, we have taken the requisite steps to bring him to Ghana to face trial. And if I were him, this is his home. He should just join the next flight and come here. Under my watch, he will not be treated unfairly. He will go through due process and be prosecuted just like any other person, just like Kobina Edubohi or Hanan or any of the persons that I have filed charges against.
All right, President Yaboye Mfita Duku. That's true. Let me address this particular answer. Here Attorney General Kanye. Attorney General say, and no ya notice here Ofori Atta I hide the best lawyers. These were his choice of words. The best lawyers in the US. It is a local federal court for extradition of Ofori Atta resistance on Magana na. Odifo he has a right to go on another appeal. Odifo he can even go to Supreme Court of US. That is what Attorney General is telling us. Also unsuru, me wejidi Attorney General mu say unsuru. Now Mr. Attorney General, this choice of words is worrying to us. It's worrying. This is my viewpoint though. Okay? Ghana this year, I understand that you are extraditing nipa over 10 and a domako US, including a boot trigger was one day. So Attorney General, you are telling us Ghana court system is weak to the sense say the Ghana ni ote Ghana ko jina Ghana court need to be born in tempa net ne ko US by the Ghana ni o not US ko jina US court fan man kuruma US court is so strong say nipa ni ntimi fan ma asem we dem menti bi da Mr. Attorney General, I have to be honest with you menti bi da sa Ghana ni tinik maimu easier for sa Ghana ni no want me hide the best lawyers in the country. There be Ghana judicial system is so simple. Say don't high court ni di was we pa. You don't go US it's easy. But Ghana ni or not in US. You find Ghana no. It's difficult for us to bring the person, right? Ani asemni. Me nya Ghana men TV do. Some man bi we say mine easily e pam the citizens say mon kwane fa won kotu mukuru fro so. Abra ye wo court wo prison wo Ghana ho. Yantimi by a citizen in the same country, the citizen could be it's difficult for that country to extradite a citizens of Emre. Also, would the Ghana court for them? Tony General, would the Ghana for them? I don't know. That is what I understand. Because that is what I understand. I said, would the Ghana? The whole country, would the attempt? Say, yeah, being you don't even laugh ourselves. Say, say, a loss, a favor a brofo and a favor a whole. That is what Tony General is telling us. Meaning, President, how do you understand this kind of insema Attorney General? Ken Ofori Atta a Ghana ni was the finance minister for almost 8 years. Ghana for susu yemuno. Where this guy chair butrega dieno. Say butrega was a minimum quantity. Diana no be na kwese US. Yam fa dem brand yes on when Ghana sikana kita no. Ghana sikana according to Attorney General money OSP ni yoko for most Ken Ofori Atta area no. Ken Ofori Atta team the sikano akofa the best lawyers US. So all prevent this yam man fa dem Ghana. But rather than Ghana ni or not Ghana the team the free Ghana ko US easily. Na me dey answer me. Me menti bi da. Hey, and I win him this kind of adian a Ghana for su I way mu. Let me explain something to you. When COVID-19 came, COVID-19 but boy, We are seeing in European countries. I mean, limiting to Europe because I live in Europe currently. Europeans at the chartered flights and different countries as almost citizens at the mobile Europe. The same time, the Ghana buying Loki Ghana airport. Say on my Ghana ni wa okoka kontum on my Ghana. Ghana buying soon ya obi a gate in was sanity $150 US eto say wa ko kaba bia oba Ghana bia yi say utu ya ase na wura wa o my mo. Ghana nentimi for private jet and high chartered flights and consistent citizens amba. Wow, what if I find a way to come to Ghana and you are being charged to come and enter your own country? Oh, how we be needing? Oh, how we be needing? Powerhouse. I don't know. I'm a bit disappointed in him. I'm not saying I'm disappointed. I know him. I trust him. But as an insect, no cano. Ebi ya me to say, Papa, it is not okay. Abu Trigger, we are more, according to FBA, for instance, what romance is coming $8 million US. Abre no is such a kenofrata the kenofrata no again in no US keke what no US for CM Fanem Remo. Nama mu mine na utim Ghana ni a Ghanaian national otis wedro ni de utimi kwache no say wo de come US ni akoka wo citizens no wo na dey asem ni ana dey republic ni free me Banana Republic and I say we have our own countries. Of course, Abu Trigger can also go for his lawyers. Ofori Atta hired lawyers to defend him. I understand. So what Attorney General is telling us say, Akuku down for ya more Ghana they couldn't hire the best lawyers in the Ghana. They couldn't hire best lawyers. So Attorney General, yeah. Let me just play back Attorney General and some more kind of BM. Now maybe there's some pointer you might understand what I'm trying to mean here. Attorney General.
Yesterday, I got to know that he has hired some of the top lawyers in the United States of America, very experienced lawyers, to defend him. Now I'm not afraid at all. All right, I am not afraid at all. But it means that there's going to be a fight in the federal courts in the U.S. If the district court says no, he will go to the circuit court. All right. If the circuit court says no, he's entitled to go to the U.S. Supreme Court to fight.
Attorney General about court to 3 or 4 federal court, district court, circuit court, and the Supreme Court of U.S. Says how court not a can differ or no himself bekwaha. How do you call it for bail bekwaha? Eba ne say na Ghana for ya choma Ghana de no go pay high court keka. Only the opportunity to say no. To the only opportunity to say maintain her court as in tiankwa. Ye di her court no we apart near the neko. That is my viewpoint, Mami Beatrice. I'm not saying say omabo krono am yen panicho me I don't minimum omu bi anywhere. Sa group ne bobom Dr. Salejo ho me minim Kofi Jobo se Kofi die o minimum mi hu omo da Abu Trigger kwa benya na anu ankasa nka mentini din kurada because we to eduru ho otin kwa me nko hoda. I don't even care what they do, but I'm talking about the citizenry. Ede boni omudi ne minim say what o man ma ye extradite you to another country. It should be so difficult. She will be our not the finance minister of Ghana copy US no. US for say a difficult for them to bring him to his own country. But rather it is so easy for another country to extradite its own citizens to a different country. Well, we are supposed to be that. Anyway, it's up to us. Can I hear Tiasibiano? Ya some mine ya chichiri no si amhwe maybe ya de neman kitin be dada ya hobo say to get to a time nipa bebre nkwala mpese ombe from so ye Ghana ni and they want say Ghana ni tu kwan no konya another country citizenship and passport how an ni si je no because onim say sa passport no kita no e betima bo ne ho ban chen ono ankasa ne man a otimu no. So these are things we need to go after, and then as it is a dear bonepa na Ghana ni no aye e ono ankasa ne man mu e dear ntina me amete me man mine cannot protect me. Minim kura na WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange or an Australian citizen, not UK. UK for a person extraditing to US, Okura Ecuadorian embassy. It took him years, they couldn't get him. Just embassy ne si wekekeno, they couldn't get him. Samokai na ano Lumba ayiri odobro nyine maame abrewa na fence akusa se ba akusa de ne a one lawyer kusi ekọ court no. Court can chire maame ne say wa kan that particular court document no. Court ne say se ukọ German embassy esi Ghana Emma and the ambassador no kura authenticated document in the mawa. It is assumed say that particular embassy no a German territory, so they cannot come to Ghana court. But you see, in some American embassy be a Ghana, say German embassy is Ghana, so Denmark embassy is Ghana no. By law no a Danish territory. So ko US na Ghana embassy is US no a Ghana for us no US cannot enter there to go and take somebody out. So why is Ghana ni or not Ghana krono so no easy for us to extradite the person to US, but Ghana ni ko pay US difficult for US to bring the person back to his own country. If it's a can over that so ninkrata can US for how US for tim boni patent no e chi wa na you deport to a partner de waba adena can over that aka ho. It means that the man ebia no kita US citizenship kra but mom person beka. People need to understand these kind of things. As Attorney General, come also what kind of crash there? Can occur in NTSA. That is peaceful. You know, be any asamka. Well, as to how some people understand these kind of things, I don't know, but it's not my duty to always go deep down. NDC party, but say no kind NPP party no why NPP party na hodinim. Nti adwuma is opposition here na I just say ya na 10 year ho baba ye adwuma no because when you leave it to them themselves they cannot even do it. Enko enim. Afutu bi akwa ma NPP 40 say na ndora na ende beti ha mekan. So we NPP party na about your Christmas about no Merry Christmas to you all. NPP party no afutu bi akwa ma say they need a strong leader. They say na opposition no they cannot be vibrant in opposition. Just say NDC for maybe 10 years ko opposition dem mo. Na foot we dem NPP for no. Akrofo MP say NPP for here leader et say abusuapa you to pack. Pack you ti no.
Nim ne say Menu Thompson no mo party no mo hia obi ti say offer to pack.
Are they?
Say or you very firm. And when him the opes wo or you're resource oriented abusuapani or you're a man of discipline and me feel say make my recommendation for this time
say uncle him
every abusuapani
only the MPP Council of Elders who are not to be bisa
on brain this first on discipline more answer
so abusuapani to pack we am ko mo hwe no
now America MPP Council of Elders
and I pay or explaining to Park nature.
There be other
social media the explanation for Tupac no.
There be more Papa Nankasa explain here.
Or say two different women. Tupac. In a yaya no Tupac. Also I did Tupac.
NPP party no. Eso mo here was opinion Tupac. E party no. Na Tupac actually one day omonye. They need a leader who is firm, who is very strong, who is a resource-oriented, driven person. Rikus, you support my submission on deportation of Ghanaian citizens to the US for trial. Yeah, that is what I believe because I don't even understand why. Another country say, "Yam punishment than say mine abe Jimmy say or punishment." The same way, no, some minor citizens in Biakupi another country. The same country is own to me for the citizens name now. But for all the years I take and cyber maybe Attorney General needs to tell us more. Other than that, I don't know. That is my viewpoint to because Attorney General is wrong. But my being children American. Our NPP party no. To say na Akrofo MP kan. There is no strong person in the party. As we speak, the NPP party no. Oh, hear me out. We NPP ne bisa won say, who is your leader in the party? Even making and taking decisions for the party, I have a problem of mine. And I said, maybe also a tewa. Your government in power, but any strong opposition for a problem at the maye. Because nobody is putting the government on its toes, on checks and balances, and obedient to me as a human. And say NPP for 86 or today I'm one. They need to be very strong. No one put up and say be a next election. Mokwa. Maybe you get some 2 be and so better nanka and take a zebia munya be 72 let's be 10 or 12 people in a but looking at things as we speak today in the party no and what in party is strong making decisions for themselves. No problem as to who is training them. Say, hey, ubetime can we, untime can we, ubetime say, untime say. There is nobody in the party boys now. And my NPP team put John Dramani Mames administration on his toes because once will be a back as a biarasa again and she any ho and any panic can some no basa will be sent a question or as some any panic casa correct when you answer beyond farm. Because of a poyando money as a four, some more can basa. Poyando also pay the whole Ashanti region. Almost secretary. Now, so we video ya me bochira wana ye catch me wuntumi asem ya. Imagine say enye chama wuntumi go the whole Ashanti region. E kope party chairman na ese chama wuntumi. Then chama wuntumi na dwen say oh na Ashanti region kura na NPP a strong hold matimi hold there say matimi akọ national chairman. So a whole nation no chama wuntumi so kwa national chairman. Oko Bunu region the whole Bunu region ye yabro nye DC say olumum na me omo chairman. As a party no there's no strong man in the party. The authority is very scary and useless. Total useless because party no. Among Kenyans as mo. Ya 11 months ya 12 months money. NPP party enti minka nyansa semba kokora anchi de Ghana ni bia. Aban de kura ya de kwa SBN nke we expect them to speak against that. As we dey kobo ha pa na we dey kobo ha, we dey kofa ha, na we dey kofa ha. Oman gaza unwini papoti ya. Oye bibidi mo. That is why Kennedy Japan so ba beti abro party no.
The current executive, if they don't lose, I'll form a political party. All the current executives, including Yabuabia Samoa, if they don't vote them out,